The oldest nose is welcoming you back today. Any percent, or the Final Fantasy VII, any percent Cloud Solo or Cloud only encounters, challenge or whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not calling it challenge, so that. And here's the creative one, by the way. It is supposed to be what it is, what a weapon is, but it makes no sense, right? Because it was right in front of Union when it got shot and stuff that, so maybe this is supposed to be a creative for something else. Maybe the weapons actually fight each other or whatever, because yeah. And I'm very certain that these are supposed to be actually coral reefs and not like underwater forests. But, yeah, we get a huge material here, of course, obviously. Keep in mind that each time you load something like that, that will actually change where like a weapon is and stuff like that. It has cleared the patrol route. And that should pretty much be everything that you can get. That's the underwater reactor, by the way. I definitely think that they should have allowed you to enter the underwater reactor again, actually. And stuff that, you know. But then we actually need to enter it and get that scene, basically. We need to enter here and get the scene. We do have one more tent, correct? Yes, we do have one more tent, which is good. Yeah, we're guaranteed to basically have the all material mastered once we quote-unquote defeat the hammer weapon. Hurry up and get in. And then of course we get to steal from Rude another time to get another seed bridge, and that will give us 2 seed bridge and stuff that. And then there's one more Turks fight after that, and you get to fight Helena, and Helena gives you the second Minerva band. So you can have Minerva band on both the female characters and stuff that, so yeah, you know. Yeah, there we go, so huge material, not direct for Condor and everything like that. This is what it is called here, like a Gelinka. That's how you spell it. And then you see the planes going off, and you can see that this is the downshifter plane. So that, except that one is much lower res, but it doesn't look really like this one, because if you look how the plane look, that plane does not look similar at all to the downshifter plane. And so that, and maybe you never get to see what it looks like actually, and so that's it. Get down, of course. Not so fast. You still have to transport the stuff. Not so fast. You can see they're gone from here, meaning that you just kill your friends. Claude just kill his friends. And keep in mind, of course, during the minimum, or the lowest level possible challenge, then you cannot take that encounter, you have to take them captured and stuff like that. But of course, on the highest level possible challenge, you're meant to take as many encounters as you can as possible, but you're not quote-unquote allowed to grind and stuff that, so you cannot stop somewhere and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna run around that circle. You're supposed to just go the quickest way through each area and stuff that. But then, of course, you need to, for example, fail. You need to fail the thing, by the way. And now it's Rocket Town time. Right, actually... Yeah, we do have enough tranquilizers. Now you might say, get rid of Vincent and get another low-level character instead. To let our levels be lower, technically. I mean, but the thing is that he gets a certain amount of slots. And I mean, I'm pretty certain that Kitsit has the same amount of slots, though. Yeah, Kitsit, you get the same amount of slots as Vincent in Nest. Yes, Kitsit gets the same amount, so we could switch to Kitsit. That's the only like reasonable thing to switch to if you want to keep on the ones the same there. So I see they ended up with the same amount of slots as Brooks, because she has 3 times 3 there, so that's 6 slots. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you goes off 4 on that and 2 on the thing, but yeah. Yeah, so close linked on his triple AP weapon and stuff like that. But it definitely felt that they were more meant to be more than 2 triple AP weapons. I'm gonna say, but they never finished them. Or they finished them, but they scrapped the thing. Because, you know. And I wonder if any of those weapons were weapons that ended up in the actual remix. Sometimes like the Iron Sword, for example, for Claude. Like, what was that meant to have been? Normally, and stuff like that. Because there is a lot of weapons in remake of Claude that is nowhere near, like, that is not supposed to be, oh, this is a reference to this weapon in the original, because of course you have stuff like the Hard Edge, you have stuff like the Nail Bat and stuff that, you know, Mutual Saber and stuff like that, you know, because you can see that makes no sense to use Barrett, no sense to use Siffa, no sense to use that. Of course, technically, if he would have had Carbon Banger, he could have had the same amount of slots as Boops. But he is 33. It's 33. Yeah? Right, but then remove protector in for him. Hey, thank you for a job well done, Command. So we can keep our party member level lower, actually. Guinness, Kitsit. So the key is to this. Because that should work for enemy skill actually to do some example for it. I don't know. Witness it. Okay, let them move that instead of using Vincent of course obviously, so they are there to the highest. 40, 39. And let's tranquilize up here. Yeah, of course, the level 40 isn't particularly low, but keep in mind, if we didn't do any of the Chocobo stuff, then we would have been considerably lower level at this point and stuff like that, so yeah. And we are using... We're not using double cut. And I would really love the double cut to get some XP here, actually. No, but it's better to wait, actually. I forgot, do they change it? Do they add more chests now? We're just gonna double check everything, even though I went back here already earlier and stuff that and checked everything and stuff that. Because, we could get everyone gold armors otherwise. Now we could sell 7 ethers. Or what is that? 5,250. That's good. Odds handset for that. Let's get rid of spear. I bet that's 475. So now for that amount. Here's the box. Just the box. Here's the box. I'm in here. I don't think there was an extra chest this here. I do remember there being a chest in here, or something like that. I don't know why I have like that, like a memory and stuff that like being like a chest there specifically. But I'm pretty sure that there is supposed to be a chest that is supposed to like upgrade or whatever if you don't loot it on like this one and stuff that. But I forgot what it's supposed to be. Right, or does it allow you to get more than one fort bracelet or something like that? You have death, blow, and manipulate here and throw as well. No steal though. Hell yeah. So what is it? Is it... punch. Nice kick. So what is this? Is it the new storage here? Somewhat 100% certain of what it was. Circle, square, crossbox. Circle, square, crossbox. Circle, square, crossbox. I'm just making sure I keep it here. I mean, I should easily remember this, but maybe I'm also thinking about other stuff instead. Sometimes memory can fail. Circle, square makes sense. Circle, square makes sense. Circle, square makes sense. Okay, good. And now we're going for it. A spectacle. Those are the ones that are always like, oh, I wish something exciting will happen. He's the one that sits in the chair and shakes his head or whatever, you know. So, yeah. Those terrorists are here. The terrorist. See? I will not use. 18 cannon equal long. Let's go. And I am allowing, of course, every bot member to be alive just because of the fact that we need to block the XP and stuff that, you know, as much as possible, of course, obviously. I don't care about stealing one here. Or if even that. These are the attack squad. These are the same, I believe, as the ones that are that attack with high. This is where you meet the ground, the one with the cannon. Yeah. So I could have gone back to Wutai at this point, by the way. See the magic breath instead, maybe? Nice. Circle square XX, then circle square XX. You again. Right, Macron. Biggest of the guards. Couldn't steal anything. That's actually the blade beam, because I don't think the blade beam should actually kill him. I was scared though. Okay. Please. Why is it so hard to get now all of a sudden? Wow, you got it more easier last time. Is he high level here? There's no way that this one is high level. We've got a turbo ether though in worst case scenario here. Lord, please. What did that say? I wasn't paying attention. But still ended the game. Please use a different target. There we go, start see this white wind. See boost jump. Just double checking again. Be mad. Yeah, nothing to steal. Boys! No, he's not dead yet. Oh, right, he's dead. Thank God. I believe you can actually do this now. So let's do save this now. Let's do save this. And imagine being as weak as Rudy, so basically the Turks are not like good fighters, they're used like using power equipment. Like you see, what are you doing? They're gonna launch the rocket. Yeah, okay, they don't allow you to. Wait, what happens if you... Because there are special exits here that you can use. Will they even try and stop like over here? Wait, did I think about this? What do you think about it? Okay. Circle square XX, no, circle square X, circle square XX. Now normally, right, people say that, oh, you can figure out the password about the thing he says because his memory is not correct. I think the blah 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 number is something like that. Right, and this guy we can see from he's a senior grant. Okay, but you get a special treatment. Knotor Knights. That's it. Yes. Bumblebee. That's also a creepy one. Oh, yes, that could be a Bumblebee or something. So I always used to think something, because there was something that said that, oh, the summons go stronger the more you use them or whatever, right? That they would like grow faster or whatever, like you gain more AP on the summons the more you use them or whatever, right? But that is just a mistranslation, misunderstanding of the whole thing, and that, oh, more stars with the summon allows you to use it more often, right? That one star is one use, two stars are two uses. And when it's mastered, you basically get infinite uses and stuff. That's it. And yeah, that's around. Okay, so those are very close now. We're on the horn. Oh. Bollysen argue blah 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 blah. Haha, science, haha, rockets, haha. 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 Salut, dummy. Oh shit. And then Sarah gets toast. She burns to death. Because that's why he stopped it last time, basically. Because of the fact that she would have quote unquote died. Because right, they make that a big deal, like that. Oh, she was meant to, like, she would have died, quote unquote, if the rocket would have started, and now the rocket starts, and she's somebody, you know, and she fixed the, and you know, the thing that she was worried about was of course the thing that was faulty and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, because it is supposed to be explained that she's not in that room and stuff like that, but still, you know. Because it comes from like the escape pod or whatever, you know. From moving to outer space, collisions cause with meteor. Escape pod. Circle, square, XX. Let's do the illegal thing that some people don't want to do. This is, well, this is. Circle, square. X. Whoa, pretty good! You got a passcode in a single try. You must have known the passcode, if not, it's impossible. Now, you see, by looking at the floor and looking at the way the things are here in this room, that's not the key items. Where's my key items? Right, because all the huge materials. But still, right, if you look at this, like even if you will put in all the key items that is in the game, because you lose like the key cards, right? You lose the key cards, that is one thing that you do. But you lose the key cards, you lose the huge materia. What else is it that you use up? I mean, technically, right, you would have to put all the dresses here, all the different wigs. So there are 3 different wigs. You know, like what is it? I think there's 3 different dresses, right? There's silk dress, there's cotton dress, and there's like what, linen dress? Or is it only silk dress and cotton dress? So that there's ruby, diamond, and glass tiara, I believe it is. So there's 3 different tiaras, 2 or 3 different dresses, 3 different wigs. There's one that you get that's a dyed wig, which you get if you have or a brown wig or whatever. Like, the worst one you can get is brown, and the other one is like dyed. It means that it's like dyed blonde, stuff that instead of like being actual blonde or stuff that. And of course you have the 2 different underwears, the bikini briefs and the other ones as well. So that's, yeah. And then Luna Harp is here as well, right? Correct? Yeah, Luna Harp is still there. yeah, there are some things, of course, obviously. And you cannot wait. Yeah, because that's how you escape. Why does it look like he's doing something like over here and this is supposed to lead somewhere and stuff that this? Because he's saying clearly that, oh, this is where you go to, you know, like the escape pod, but maybe this is how you activate it and stuff that he does something over there. But it looks like he's indicating that, oh, you're supposed to go over there instead of you're supposed to go over here. Because this is basically where she was down, where she supposedly was gonna burn to death and stuff that. But it makes no sense, right? Because the boosters aren't here. The boosters on the rocket aren't here. The boosters are way further down the rocket, so it still makes no sense that they thought. And you can see here that, oh, she's further down the corridor, stuff that, you know. But still, there's no way that quote unquote. But maybe it's supposed to be like a blast shield across doors. You stupid son. Actually, that would be like a cool thing. Like if they want to add like more Final Fantasy 7 stuff, like if they ever do like a proper, because I'm gonna say like the rebirth and stuff that aren't proper Final Fantasy 7 remake because they are not like they're meant to be like new games, and instead they're like a continuation of the story that they actually take place after the original game and stuff like that. And that it's basically they're repeating the story, but Sephiroth knows that he lost and stuff that, you know, is supposedly what's actually going on. And if you look at it there, the planet is way more huge than the. Here's the thing, like the small little world map that you get in this game is not a full planet, of course, obviously, because, you know, you don't get to go to the other side. Or whatever, because, yeah. But imagine, right, if they added that if they had, like, for example, playing as young Sid, for example, and stuff like that. Because supposedly, right, you know, like you don't know like how he met, you know, Shera or whatever she's called, right? Oh, the sounds very, very different there and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But here is the thing, right? Even if you fail to get all the key materia, the funny thing is actually if you're doing the lowest possible XP challenge, then you don't. Then in fourth combo, you want to make sure that you get into the fourth combo battle with the boss, but instead of defeating the boss and getting Imperial Guard and getting Phoenix, you're actually supposed to lose that fight. Because if you lose that fight, then basically the combo goes bye-bye, and basically fourth combo is off forever. If you do that, basically, but like everyone ends up dying and stuff like that, and then basically on the train you just need to wait at the first carriage, basically, or basically you can wait for the timer used to run out and you never cast up to the train and stuff that, you know, you can do that, and you can do that to actually avoid any encounter basically on the train there. If you don't actually need to kill them, I think you can use to run out of time. That doesn't give you a game over and stuff that, yeah, you know. Because I forgot in the lowest level challenge possible if he did the train or not, because I need to go back and watch that, because I didn't watch all the episodes and stuff like that. Because, yeah. Hey, the girls. Right. But it's cool also that the one has a switch to like transform into that reindeer that's really, really cool ship that it does later on and stuff that, you know. I'm still thinking about that moment. Then it's the planet. Do you hear something? And by the way, I'm gonna go and eat after this. I'm not gonna start uploading on the clips immediately and stuff that. Like I'm gonna go and eat first and stuff like that. Yeah, there is. Talk about the gas there. Bugenhagen used to be a Kinda worker. He was a weird old yes, but yes, he was. He was a weird old dude. Down, ring, ding, ding, fire put down your command. Let's see here, so 32, 33 KD or higher. Still messes up the order, man. That's a 3, so she's still closest. Or them at least. Yeah. He's pretty close to level up. Right, and we don't need to change our status yet. Don't need to attack classes as yet. Actually, before we do anything else, we go back inside. My precious rockets go. There we go. Yeah, let's go spam. His ultimate quote-unquote weapon, but there are of course several characters with I would say that they have multiple ultimate weapon like now. Stuff that because obviously right, Venus Gospel is an ultimate weapon, but then technically Flayer is as well. But Flayer still has material growth on it and stuff that. So yeah, let's go to Wu-Tang. You get a pretty good weapon for you for the youths there. You can see that's all a huge material now. With Condor Corel, underwater reactor. Get going here. skill or the water shines. Or it's pretty decent. That's also one of those without the slots on it. And then steel as well. The cool thing about steel as well, of course, is that steel cementation when pad material is used, then it will. I believe you can also steal as well, for example, like, so yeah, I talked about this, like steal as well, equip it with one of the low tier spells, so equip it to like with, you could also, of course, use like a double cut, for example, or slash all, because I believe that will actually allow you, right, because it doesn't say magic material, it says any material, right? When parent material is used, yeah, so you could, for example, slash all to steal for multiple ones. But then, for example, you want to have another slash, or basically now because you need quadramatic to do this. So you need to, for example, fire, for example, and then together with quadramatic, and then basically when you cast it, and then you have another fire, and you equip it with steel as well, for example, or ice, or earth, or whatever low tier spell you want, and then with steel as well. You then basically you quadramatic, so you have 4 times the chance to steal or whatever it is, because you combine quadramatic. So you, for example, you can go here and you can equip it here somewhere and stuff. That's it. So that's just important to know. Alright. And that's it. And I always thought that these caves should have been expanded. There should be more stuff here. But I also say this, that there are also the materials that are used very annoying. Yeah, the fact that you can get several more sneak attacks are really, really good, of course, obviously. It is good that you can get several more sneak attacks. But there are certain other materials that it just takes way too long to get the multiplier of, like all the fun ways that you can kill. For example, emerald weapon, there are like a lot of fun ways you can decide to kill emerald weapon. But a lot of those so-called quote-unquote fun ways to kill emerald weapon require certain things. Stuff that, yeah, all the fun ways. Now comes a special part. Because now we're gonna go and buy double OP weapons for everyone. So that I know technically we don't need to get Yuffie's ones, but so that I'm gonna get all of the double weapons basically. So we go in here because I think that we can afford it at this point. I think that should be enough cash for it, except of course for. Technically, we wouldn't need to get seeds, so we're gonna prioritize our characters first here. Okay. Vroom, 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 vroom. You did not change, right? Correct. You are not weapons. Nope. But you have sense. Okay. Go on here. Yo. One rune blade. Double machine gun. Drill arm. Platinum fist. Okay. Okay, so we have rune blade there. Yeah, Wiper Halberd Dragon. Water halberd, pacemaker, buntline, medicomb, plus barrette. Yes, wizard stuff and wise stuff. So is there anything else we can sell? I should have actually... Man, I did a mistake there, kind of, I feel like. Because Katie didn't get his stuff. Right. You can see Viper halberd there. Okay. But maybe he's cheaper, maybe even. I just need to double check. Because we're exiting this other way anyway. So that, you know. We're exiting this other way anyway. I should have been more careful about which weapons I got first. The rest of that, yeah. That's just a bar. Right, the accessory guy had stuff. Right, there's platinum bag and there's power sold, for example. Power sold would be one. White megaphone is one. Get rid of all high potions. So power soul and power soul is a double, okay. Magic chicken is not that one. Silver is just one with a lot of slots, and that's the sniper CR. So black megaphone. Let's get the white megaphone as well. So we do that, and then we equip black megaphone instead. Let's just do that change and to what we hear. Let's go, maybe. Yeah, right. Good. So, for example, we still need to get maybe one platinum bangle at least. We need to get power soul steel. We need to get magic circuit we don't need. We have those. Right. So, we need to check him. We need to check the first shop. Unless we got everything from it. Then we need to check this shop at 59. And then we need to check. Do we need to check both of these? This is just a building, it has no shops, right? Correct, there's no shops, this is just the guy up here sleeping. Right, and then this final shop here. Which has... Yeah, no. Right, I don't think Trident was double growth. Yeah, so we should be able to sell Yellow megaphone. Just learn the default weapon instead. Obviously, Battle Trumpet, you could also say it's like an ultimate weapon for him and stuff that, you know, because, yeah. How much Sunken we okay, good. Yes, sure, hold on. Roger, taxi. Outside even. Outside even in this stick. Okay, good. And now that we've done that, let's go inside the ship. Go and equip everyone with their quote-unquote best double growth weapon. Or every character that can, at least. EHS. So you and you. So, drill arm instead of W machine. And the God's hand is pretty good. Platinum Fist. Thank you for a job well done, your command. Right. Yes, you equip your bump line. Right, so you equip last bar. Springer clip use as the normal slots on it. Insane. That's bad. Platinum Fist. She didn't get any, I don't think. But you could have Orit through there, as you can see. Right. Okay. It's a 940. First closest. Let's save here. And basically one thing that I would probably also do is I would probably allow everyone to at least have cold armlets. Just of that as well. Right, and now we've got Cosmic Canyon. Now we go Cosmo Canyon. Hell yeah, let's go Cosmo Canyon. Normally there's no real reason to like steal more curse rings from, but there's the thing that if you fight like him normally and stuff that, you want to make sure of course you use steal as well then on him and stuff that, so you know, because otherwise you need to combine it with another material that you cannot get yet. Because I believe there is a way to make it so that you can steal even when it's flying and stuff. That's yeah, you know. No, hell yeah. No, hell yeah. Let's speed up here so it goes faster. And there's a weird shading going on in this. I don't know if there's always in this room and stuff that, you know. And then go to the weird looking one, which obviously wouldn't have like a master on it. Is that Bahamut? Bahamut material glows bright. Bahamut symbol. But it's also very, very high here. You can see it's the same material as Typhoon and Hades, requiring 35,000. But I believe actually, for example, like instead of using Knights of the Round, I do believe that if you use Bahamut Zero on all of the slots, for example, or for example Bahamut Zero, Typhoon, Hades, instead of having to level multiply Bahamut Zero, so all of them that requires 35,000 you can use, for example. So you can use Bahamut Zero together with Typhoon, together with Hades, for example, on close weapon, for example, to level them all at once and stuff like that. And then basically, once they're mastered and you have another one, for example, then that would be three, and then, for example, you level up another 3, and then that's gonna be 6, and then there's just 2 more after that, basically. Yeah, no. So yeah, but of course it doesn't match Knights of the Round there, as you can see, of course, obviously, but yeah. Go back down. Let's just prepare Boner Village. Or not really Boner Village, you can go to another place here. No, let's go quicker. This is where the thing is, by the way, where you need to go. Right, but not doing that yet. We're doing. What are you? Hello? There we go, and then not save, and that's gonna do it for this time, and I'm gonna go and eat now. And stuff that, you know. So yeah, so level 14 Cloud, level 36 on Seed, level 34 on Kitsit. I am gonna have to calculate what our levels are basically after the I'm gonna bring a piece of paper out basically once we defeat you know, the absolute and stuff like that, because we are gonna go for XP for that as well, and then we're gonna have to see what our levels are after that. But yeah, but I hope you all enjoy this, and I'll see you all next time.